I'd like to thank everyone.
Put your teeth in.
It's not very far away at all from. Yeah, thanks very much for coming, and I appreciate everybody being here, especially some friends of mine who've come a long way. I really appreciate it. And I'll hand it back to Leigh. Thank you.
Not too much.
People be offended if I say too bad, you read over it and notated. I didn't see that bit. Everyone hear me up the back?
No.
That's fantastic. I'm switching this off because I'm not on the microphones. Let's skip the first step. It really came as no surprise when Leigh informed me that he wanted me to have a few words tonight. In fact, I'd always intended to say something, regardless of whether he asked or not, simply because I have a problem with shutting up.
Yeah.
I've gone too long already, haven't I? I knew this would happen. Leigh and I met in 2004 at Luana College. We had humble beginnings, and one of the very first stories I'll share about our friendship came from my 12th birthday party, which was in the same year. Being a bit Jewish, my parents told me that I could have a few people for my birthday, and that we could go 10-pin bowling. I obliged, inviting Leigh and one other friend. That didn't stop us having any fun though. At the time we had a couple of CD radios capable of tuning the taxis in. Leigh decided that he'd tell the other cab drivers he picked up a passenger who had requested a cab just down the road from my house, to which we received the reply of Roger. From that day forward, and our parents will confirm this, the combination of Leigh and Michael has always brought about some kind of trouble. From year 7 until about year 10, Leigh and I didn't really have anything to do with each other, mainly because the little bastard ditched me for another form with all his friends from Yallourn North. Not sure what to make of that still, but in year 10 I welcomed him back into my loving arms when we had Miss Everingham for English. Anyway, I must digress from the life story, a love story, call it what you will. It's impossible to use one word or even two to describe Leigh. Upon searching my mind for some definitive way to describe his character, I managed to come up with loyal. Despite our arguments, I've always known that if I've needed a friend to be there for me, Leigh was that friend. Now that I've done the polite thing, I think this speech would be thrown on the pile along with Swanee's budget and Julia's leadership if I didn't make it interesting and bring up some of Leigh's more embarrassing or stupid moments. One I most vividly remember is when Leigh was living at my place. For God knows what reason, Leigh left the wonderful home of his lovely parents, Ken and Helen, and needed a place to stay. Not being one to let good friends get raped on the side of some side street in Molly, we offered a mattress on my bedroom floor to Leigh. Now that you've got that very important backstory, I'll cut to the scary part, and I'm not sure whose image this will damage more.
Oh, no.
Somehow, every morning, one of us managed to wake up bleeding. Usually it was me, and usually it was from my nose. To this day, I still feel Leigh had been raping me secretly each night. I suppose now we should jump into the DeLorean and set the flux capacitor for 2009 to go back to Leigh's 18th birthday, where I feel one of the funniest statements Leigh has ever made arose. Walking home some 3 blocks from the Rossmore, we turned into Leigh's driveway and cross street to see his sister-in-law's car. Tilsa has personalised plates on her car, which, how aptly might I add, read Tilsa. When Leigh spotted the car, he quickly exclaimed, "I didn't know Tilsa was a car. Somebody should tell Andrew." To this day, I'm sure Tilsa is glad she hasn't sprouted wings. I'm almost certain I've already spoken for too long, so I guess I'll wind this up. You'll most certainly hear me later. I'll be the loud drunk guy standing next to Leigh. Leigh, I wish you all the best for many years to come. I hope you find the dream job, the dream car, and the dream chick that you're after. Thanks for being a loyal, caring brother. May your 21st be as fucking awesome as you want it to be. Having said that, folks, I'll put us in.
Unfortunately, I'm new this. I'm not as loud as my friend over here. Not very good. Service to the door. Everybody on service. Franchise owners inclusive. I'm not very good at giving speeches. Someone told me that, try and imagine everyone in their underwear. That doesn't really work for me. There's some pretty ugly people here, so I thought I'd imagine the hottest person in the room in their underwear, but unfortunately I can't stand in front of the mirror and watch myself while I give the speech, so that's really hard. I'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight. It's great to see everyone here, especially all those who have travelled long and far, like the Bennett family, my nana, my uncle and aunt. Everyone who's travelled from Maui. I'd like to thank my friend Craig, who, I'll let you know, has recently joined the army and is, sorry, Richard, Amy, sorry, my mum, yeah, my mum's in the army. And he's actually in his recruit course at the moment. I'd like to thank the people that came from Traralgon.
Your boss.
Hungry chair.
I'd personally like to thank Regina, the lovely lady over here who happens to be Michael and Nick's mum, who happened to make all those invitations that you received by hand. And she did a wonderful job. So thank you again. I'd like to thank my Auntie Lou and Bill, Callie and Ryan for coming and helping out doing the food for us tonight. Thank you. Oh my God. Seriously. But I guess the most important people to thank is my mum and dad, whom some 21 years ago and approximately 9 months did the lovable act of having sex, in which came about my creation. So thank you very much for this. I'd like to thank my mum for carrying me around for 9 months. And I'm glad that you could all come here to celebrate my 21st year on the outside of my mother's womb.
That's not till next week.
Well, that's correct. For you who don't know, my birthday is actually next Wednesday, but
She got the
that's
knife.
just a small little detail. So, for those of you who don't know, I am one of 5 children. So clearly it took mum and dad 4 goes before they got it right. In saying that, I must say I do love my brothers very much. They're always there for me when I need them. No, thanks. Andrew, Damien, and my older brother Darren, who couldn't be here this evening. And unfortunately I did invite my father, but he too could not make it. That's a joke, that's a joke. Between my dad doesn't think he's my dad, but anyway, mum must have had some fling with the postman. God knows why you'd sleep with mum, but anyway.
This is a roast.
I think I just found my career, you know, comedian. You shut up. She doesn't know how to use it. She's in the army, doesn't mean she knows how to shoot a gun. She misses more than she hits the target. Sometimes I wish Dad hadn't missed the target, but anyway.
Dad's not here.
Well, apparently he did make it. I'm here, aren't I? I did write a speech for this, but I did leave it at home. It's probably
done well without it.
Some of the things are quite embarrassing. I don't really need the microphone.
Yes, you do.
Every night. Thanks everyone for coming. Thank you for celebrating my birthday with me. Mum did tell me I wasn't allowed to get drunk until I had done my speech. So I did listen to her. So 2 famous words to tell my mother. Speech over, let's get fucked. Thank you.
Can you count?
Merry Christmas.
No. That man just walked by.
I do apologise for those who have got a complaint. I will repeat it.
Where's the monkey?
Quit.
What's that?
He should be quitting while he's ahead. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. We stand up. Happy birthday to you. What's your name, please? Happy birthday to you.
You smell like Jeez, haven't you learned to blow yet?
I'm not very good at it. So
Would have been good if it was a big whopper.
No one. Nico wants you to do next year.
Here's the back of your mind.
Oh, that's right. She used to work at Red Rooster.
Isn't Callie
Yes, yes. He used to work at Red Rooster too. Yes, I forgot that. But she worked in Mecca, so she got fined.
She's still in Red Rooster.
Let's party!
Oh, look, the tie's undone. He's ready to party.